Hi students, good morning. In this video, this is a part 2 of lesson 3, how the state government works. Students, in my previous video, we discussed about the constituencies, then ruling party, opposition party. These are the important points we covered in my previous video. Let's come to know further. You know who is MLA? Children, once again, as a part of recapitulation of my previous point, I would like to repeat again very briefly. MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly. Then a person, let's for our understanding, we call a candidate. Candidate, why? Because he is going to contest the election. In the election, a person, when he apply or complete the formalities of an application, that is, he is going to contest the election, then better we call him a candidate. Then he belonging to either the party, he completes the formalities of contesting the election. No matter which party he is belong to. Even a candidate or a person can also contest the election without any political party, being an independent candidate. Okay, this is not more important. Students, now we want to understand. So once when a candidate contests the election, and in election, if he wins the election, if he get elected, then that candidate become MLA, or we call him MLA, Member of Legislative Assembly. Then, as we studied in my previous video, there are two parties. One is ruling party and another is opposition party. Let me make it very briefly clear to you. The ruling party is the one which secures more than half of the seats. Seats means, children, don't get confusion. I mean to say the number of MLAs. Suppose in a state, legislative assembly's strength is 100. Then a party which get elected its member or its candidates more than half is 50, and more than half means it can become 51, 55 or 60 or any number. Then the party which secures more than half number of candidates elected, then that party can be called as a ruling party. I think, children, you might have understood what do you mean by a ruling party. Now let me move on to the next party, which is called opposition party. Children, opposition party is the one which fails to secure the majority in the election. Very shortly, I will tell you. In other word, I mean to say, the other political parties, whichever could not secure the full majority or more than half of the number of candidates could not get elected, then they are known as opposition party. But out of hundreds, the number of the candidates which are to be elected for the legislative assembly election, these political parties which are in opposition, they may get their candidates elected 10, 20, 40. It depends on their own performance and all. So now here we could able to understand clearly about the ruling party and opposition party. Anyway, no matter whether it is ruling party or opposition party, all the candidates, whoever elected in this election, they are all called MLAs. Okay, after the election, once it is over, the next step is formation of government. Children, here all these elected members of the majority party, now I would like to call it majority party other than ruling party, because the party since has got the more number of seats, I mean to say number of MLAs, then we call it a majority party or a ruling party, no matter. They have a separate office. Then these members further will elect, these all MLAs of a ruling party will elect one among them as the chief minister, who is the leader of its party. Okay, then after the formation of the government along with the chief minister, all these MLAs, all the member of legislative assemblies, whether from the ruling party or from the opposition party, all of them they meet in the assembly and they discuss on various issues. Hence some MLAs have a double responsibility. Double responsibility means one is an MLA and the other as a minister. Okay, children, now I would like to tell you briefly about the ministers. To whom we call a minister? For example, after election, when a government will be formed, then the chief minister will allocate a particular department to look after for each MLA. For example, police department, revenue department, education ministers, forest ministers, so many government departments are there, and each government department will be given to one or two MLAs to look after, and he is thereafter will be called as the ministers. Understood now? Okay, then these ministers, sorry, will take care of their own departments, and they will also will be responsible for anything goes good or bad, then they will be held responsible there. Now this is what once we form the government. The next point of the lesson today we are going to discuss about is a debate in the legislative assembly. Students, you might have witnessed a debate in the assembly, a state assembly, or might be sometimes you witness the parliament discussion or debate in the parliament. Let us come to know how the debate goes on. In a very simple way, I will let you know when all the MLAs they have been given the responsibility of any particular department, or once when they become a minister like education minister, finance minister, forest minister, or revenue ministers, or any other kind of ministers, then these ministers of a ruling party or a government, there will be a session in the assembly. In that session, all the MLAs, ruling party MLAs, then opposition party MLAs, the entire house will be present in the assembly. Then opposition party MLA has the right to ask any question regarding any department which is associated to his constituency. For example, one of the MLA here is given, my question is why the government hospitals in such a bad situation. This is one of the question asked in the assembly. He want to know in his assembly or in his constituency why the government hospital situation is very bad. then a health minister has to answer this question in a state level assembly. Then he has to give a satisfactory answer asked by an honorable MLA in the assembly. If really the situation is bad in the hospitals, then the concerned minister has to give appropriate answer with points why they are responsible. Students, we can pick up any other question asked by the MLA in the constituency or in their area, the problems they have been facing. Let us take up the next question. Here is another question. I think my college's colleagues are exaggerating the problem. The government has taken steps to control the situation. The water tankers have been put into service. ORS packets are being distributed. The government is doing everything possible to help the people. Children, this is the answer given by one of the ministers. Asked the question to him that why there is a water shortage problem, particularly in a summer season, and in the beginning of the rainy season people are facing many problems which are waterborne diseases are there, and for that what the government exactly taken up the actions. Then he says that during the summer season, enough water tankers were arranged to provide the water, that too a safe water to drink the people where there was a water shortage. And he again support his answer. In the beginning of a rainy season, the people who ever faced the problem that they suffered because of the unsafe water, or the in a rainy season there are many such the diseases like cholera, diarrhea, or typhoid, waterborne diseases are there, which were become the victims by these diseases. The people, for them even ORS packets were given to them, and other necessary the steps were taken up and to facilitate the people and to overcome the situation and the problem. So this is what the answer. Students, here in short we need to understand that not one or two. So there is the assembly, a speaker is there, legislative assembly speaker, who is the one responsible to conduct the house in a very disciplined way, and he allows the time to each MLA to ask the question to the concerned ministers, and the MLA, one who is going to ask the question in the assembly, he or she needs to follow and maintain the decorum of the house, and in a good and in a proper literary language. So a MLA has to ask the question, and he or she is not entitled to make any personal attack on the minister. If any really there is a genuine problem, then they may again after the house discussion also personally meet and give their applications or a request later to look into the matter and take care of that situation. But in short, we need to understand here, this is what how the debate goes on in a detail, not 1 or 2 days, but even 10 to 15 days, like a summer session or a winter session, like this the assemblies the goes on the debate, and time to time, so as per the requirements, not only the discussion goes on, the debate goes on about the problems faced by the people, but also any according to their requirements new laws are need to be made, then they are being enacted in the house with the consent of both the ruling party and the opposition party. Children, this is how today in this video part 2 we could able to complete the 2 points. One is the formation of the government, and another is a debate in the legislative assembly. The next point of the lesson to be continued in my next video. Thank you. Take care.